Hi, Emma. Can you hear us? You're on mute. Yeah?
I'm on mute.
Now you're okay. Now you're okay.
Okay.
Are you joining us physically?
No, physically, I'm from Muranga, Barrio.
Okay.
I'll join you online. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. All right, fantastic.
Okay. ina so orang aja dengan tiga musela na kita. Eka
It's exactly 6 p.m. Calling meeting number 174 to order. I would like to invite our SAA to give us the meeting protocol.
So those joining us online, just confirm that you can hear me. You can hear and see us. Just confirm.
Yes, we can hear you and see you.
Okay. Good. Mine is very simple. First is to just invite you all. It's a pleasure to have you all attend this Toastmasters meeting number 174. My name is Kenneth Mararo, and I will be serving as your SAA for this session. Secondly, I'd like to take note, just to take note of the guests that are amongst us. Anybody who's joining us the first time at the Hill? Yeah? No one? You sure? Yeah. Feel welcome. At the end of this session, we'll give you a chance for you to greet us and tell us how you found out about Toastmasters. Online guests, anybody who's joining us for the first time? Okay. Okay, that's fine. So, just a few protocols before we start. For those joining us here physically, let's try and maintain a peaceful atmosphere while someone is making a speech. Let's try and reduce the movement in and out of the room while someone is making a speech. Those who are joining us online, if it's possible, have your cameras on, and where possible, maintain an undistracted background while you have your cameras on. So all in all, let us be respectful. And yeah, I would like to hand it over to the acting Madam President to take it away.
Thank you so much, Mr. SAA. I think we should start this meeting with some energy, so let us all just stand up. Please let us stretch. Ask the person sitting next to you, where is your money? Where is your money? Because we want money. Where is your money? Yeah, just please stretch and let them give you an answer, because at the end of this meeting, we want to know where the money is. So please let us all stretch, do some stretching exercises like this, then up like this, then like this again. Let us have some energy into this meeting, then up like this again. Then the last one, then we clap once, and then we have a seat. The last one, then we clap once, go, and then we can have a seat. All right, thank you so much. At least now I can feel that there are people in the room and that everybody is here. Toastmasters International is a non-profit educational program that teaches on speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide range of networks. Our mission is to provide a supportive and a positive learning experience to our members and to help them develop their communication and leadership skills. At this juncture, I would like to confirm whether our secretary sent in the meetings of the last meeting 173. Yes, she did. Has anybody managed to go through the meetings? Can we have a proposer? Meeting number 173. We have Arnold. Can we have a seconder? We have Toastmaster Ken. Thank you so much. I hereby pass the minutes of meeting number 173. I would like to introduce the rest of the EXCO members. I serve at this club, but I do not serve alone. The EXCO members consist of the president, the vice president education, the VPPR vice president public relations, the treasurer, and the vice president membership, and the secretary. Our president will be joining us shortly, but I think in this room we have our secretary. Kindly just wait so that people can see who helps us with ensuring that everything is recorded. We don't lose data. We know where we have gone wrong, because you can always check in the videos and in the minutes what happened in the previous meetings. And online, I think we have other EXCO members. We have, they have not yet joined us, but they will join us as the meeting goes on, and we will introduce them at the close of the meeting. Okay, so at this point, I would like to introduce our Toastmaster of the day. This Toastmaster of the day, when I asked her why we all know about the theme. This theme is so thrilling. I have to start with it, please. Where is your money? You know, it is so thrilling. And when I asked her why she chose this theme, she told me that because she wants to create wealth. So I wonder, is she already a wealthy person? Has she already created wealth? So she's about to tell us where the money is so that we can go where the money is. And please let us give a round of applause as we welcome our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster June tomorrow.
Good evening, members, invited guests, and all Toastmasters joining us this evening. I want to welcome you again to the Hill Toastmasters 174th hybrid meeting. Our meeting today has two segments. Our first segment will be prepared speeches. whereby members will prepare speeches based on their pathways. These speeches will take 5 to 7 minutes each. And then the second segment will be the evaluation session. We'll have evaluators listening in to each of the speeches, and then they'll give feedback and help the speakers to evaluate their progress. In this session, we will also have the different role takers, the grammarian, the accountant, the timer, and the general evaluators. I welcome you to this meeting, and please engage and enjoy the speeches. Toastmaster Tabitha has asked, where is the money? I'll start off with a question. If I was to give you 5,000 Kenya shillings today, what would you do with it? Any ideas? If I gave you 5,000 Kenya shillings today, what would you do with it? I want a volunteer. Someone brave. Anybody? Yes, Kathy.
I was gonna say I put it towards my Toastmasters membership,
Okay,
which I do this month.
that's very nice. Well done. What about you?
I think that continue putting on a investment fund, because I will take it more than I have.
Okay. Let's make it real, eh? I have a bouquet here. 1 Kenya shillings, 5,000 shillings. Does that sweeten the deal?
Is it mine?
I'm going to give it to the person who gives a good answer. What will you do with 5,000 Kenya shillings? Yes. Yes, Toastmaster. What will you do with it?
So recently, I attended a seminar for the Ministry of Agriculture where they had brought so many people together. But one of the stands that really stood out for me is
Sorry for the online video.
guys, just see this. You gotta help me win it. Recently, I attended. Thank you, Nick. I attended a seminar at KICC. I can't remember the exact name, for the Ministry of Agriculture, where they had brought so many vendors and even farmers to showcase different products. But one of the stands that really stood out for me, it is a group of young people who've come together and they're collecting leftover foods from market and even from households, and then they put them together and they go to feed the less fortunate in slums and even in some of the children, what do you call them, children's home. So if you give me this 5,000 bob, I would donate part of it to this program because they're youth and they don't have part of it. Not all, of course, I have to thank myself. I work for it to just give them the morale because they're struggling with funds and they're doing such an amazing job. You can imagine the amount of food that we waste. Maybe you've been given a plate of food and you don't finish all of it and it goes to the dustbin. This could go towards feeding a child somewhere. Yeah, so that's what I would do with this
Thank
money.
you. I'm going to take my money back because she didn't use all of it. Would somebody like to try for all 5,000 shillings?
This is my
A gentleman, please. Nick? Okay. What did you do with 5,000 shillings? Yes, please. As you think?
So I'm a firstborn.
Yes. Oh.
So what I would do is I'd give my 3 brothers 1,000 shillings each.
Wow.
Then I'd take 1,000 shillings and give to my mom,
Oh.
and the 1,000 shillings I'd keep to myself.
Oh. Do we like that? Do we like that?
I do. I personally would like it.
You don't?
I like it.
Oh, that's nice.
A gift to be gifted later.
Oh, that's nice. Let's think about it though. Let's keep talking. I'm gonna keep it right here, and let's keep talking about it for some perspective. According to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, 40% of Kenyans are are living in absolute poverty, 40%. What is the definition of absolute poverty? That means they earn Kenya shillings 4,500, between Kenya shillings 4,500 and 8,000 Kenya shillings. That means this is somebody's whole salary for a whole month. That's mommy, daddy, and children. Does that make some sense to you? So that's 40%. 52% of Kenyans, sorry, 52% of Kenyans are in the middle class, which I think is where most of us lie. And then there's the 8% of Kenyans who are in the upper class. Now, those are the people who've made it. And today, our meeting, I'd like us to think through together and find out what are these 8% doing differently? And how can we be the people who are giving away such bouquets? Please stay with us. Please stay with me as we explore this theme together. So much for the introduction. I'm moving straight into the role takers. As your TMOD today, I have the pleasure of working with an amazing team of role takers this evening. This team will make sure that the meeting goes well and also that we gain the most from it. I'd like now to introduce the team and welcome them to share about their roles. I'll start off with TM Toastmaster Annie Gitao. Please welcome to the podium. When I asked Annie her tip for surviving in these economic times, she said she has been enjoying home cooked meals and making her favorite drinks at home. This has helped her both to relax and also to save her from spending money on takeout food. Welcome and tell us about your role.
Thank you. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. As your grammarian tonight, I'll be helping us track how we're using the English language. I will be tracking in case there is wrong usage of grammar or if there's outstanding usage of language in terms of vocabulary, quotes, interesting sayings, and even how much you use the word of the day. So today's word of the day is opulence, in line with our theme for wealth. And the meaning of opulence is great wealth that is demonstrated or displayed by living a lavish lifestyle. So, as an example of how you use the word opulence in a sentence, he is someone could be, pardon me. So, as an example in a sentence, I will give one of the examples on the board, which is he says living in such opulence makes him uneasy. So, meaning living lavishly or a very luxurious lifestyle makes him uneasy. So, at the end of the meeting, I will now give a report of how much we use the word of the day, how well we use grammar, and the mistakes we could correct going forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Annie. We shall be looking forward to some cases of opulence. Our next role taker is our accountant, Toastmaster Nick Sitima, born ready. In line with the theme of the day, Nick has had to cut expenses, especially on unnecessary things that he doesn't need. This includes zero borrowing and living within a budget that he can afford. Welcome, Toastmaster Nick.
Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Good evening. For our guests, there is what we call I'm going to be the role, or I'm acting as their accountant tonight. What the accountant means, you realize as you speak every single day, the words that you keep on feeling. So that you are able to speak. For example, I've just used the word if you noticed. So to help you perfecting your speech, so my role is just to make sure that every speaker is going to immediately as I go to my seat, any person who's going to use the filler words, I'm here to make sure that I take note of that and I'll be giving the report at the end of it. So I'll be listening to what the speakers say and marking down on my charts inappropriate word or sound used as a space filler. Space fillers can be words such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Inappropriate sounds may be eh. I'll also note when a speaker reports a word or phrase such as I, or this means. And as I said at the end of this meeting, I'll be providing my reports. Please make sure that even as you use, you might hear me banging that bell. For our guests, don't get scared. It's just to trying to alert our speakers tonight. Thank you so much. Be prepared. Be prepared.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nick.
Thank you.
Our next role taker will be the timekeeper, Toastmaster Maureen Mutanu. Maureen has become more intentional on how she spends her money. She's prioritizing and focusing more on needs than wants. Welcome, Maureen, to tell us about your role.
Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a as a timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluation. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denotes specific times remaining. For those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speeches times. Icebreaker speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Most of the other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. So at 5 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I'll raise the red card. For the individual evaluations, should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll raise the red card. And so at the end of I'll give the timer reports at the end of the sessions. Thank you. Maureen.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Maureen. Our final role taker is General Evaluator Toastmaster Beth Wamboi. For Beth, working in the financial sector has made her realize the importance of saving for a rainy day. We do not save what is left after spending, but rather save and then spend what is left. An emergency fund has helped her, and Beth says side hustles are important and declares she can be a broker of anything as long as it's legal. Welcome, Beth, to tell us about your role.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening. My role as the general evaluator is to evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. During the meeting, I'll take notes on everything that happens and does not happen. I will evaluate each participant on the meeting program and look for good examples of preparation, organization, delivery, enthusiasm, observation, and performance of duties. At the end of the meeting, I'll give my reports.
And thank you so much for clapping. That is raising the energy in this room, right? So let's agree that anybody who comes to the front, we shall clap for them. And as they go back to their seats, we shall continue to clap for them just to encourage one another, right? Is that okay? So back to our question. Where is the money? Where do you think the money is? Does anybody have any idea? Yeah, the money is here, right? It's in the room. Where else is the money? Any ideas? Well, yes. In the mind? I like that. Any other ideas? Instead of good one. Yes, Nick. In someone's pocket. Those are very close to the truth. I went Googling yesterday because I didn't know either. And I was very surprised. The money is actually in 3 places. One, it's in people. According to statistics, they say there's 8.1 billion people in the world. And most of these people have money. So to get money, what do you need to do? Get to the people, right? So point 1, network. 2, The money is in problems. Somebody mentioned an idea, right? If you solve a problem, you make the money. I had a boss a few years back who used to tell me, you know what? You're not employed to make observations. Okay, yeah, we can see the tap is leaking. You're employed to solve the problem. So if you solve the problem, you make the money. Make sense? Number three, the money is in products. I realized something recently. Every single day when you step out of your house, you spend. If you don't want to spend money, stay at home. As soon as you step out of your door, you're buying a mandazi, you're buying airtime, you're fueling your car, somebody's asking you for 50 bob. So basically, money is all around. It's just that most of the time we are spending it, right? But how about we reverse that so that we are creating the products and then we can get a piece of the pie? So, three places where the money are. Can you remember? People, problems, and products. It's that simple, right? Now, to the heart of our meeting, which is our prepared speeches. We have four amazing speakers today, each of whom will be giving their icebreaker speeches. In celebration of this special moment, I request that we applaud them as they come, and we shall keep applauding them while standing until they are seated. This is a special honor for icebreaker speeches. Moving right along, our first speech will be made by Gentrix Onkundi. Gentrix says, to navigate the tough economic times, she has learned to do online writing, specializing in CV and resume writing, cover letter drafting, and LinkedIn optimization. This has served as an additional source of income for her. To introduce Gentrix, we will have our Toastmaster President, Lillian Kamando. Kimando, my apologies. Welcome, Lillian. And to introduce the objectives and title.
Thank you very much. Wait, let's try that again. Let's clap. Yeah. Thank you. That is not for me. That is for Gentrix, to prepare her, to calm her down. Because as a parent, I know how important it is to watch your child take that first step. Today, Gentrix is taking her very first step in Toastmasters, presenting her first speech. It is not easy. So I request that we applaud her as she comes here once I give the stage to her. And when she leaves, we will stand. This is especially for the guest. So Gentrix speech today, the purpose is for her to learn the basic structure of a speech. And that is the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. As she does this, she'll be introducing herself to the club. She can share any aspect of her life with us. It could be her upbringing, it could be her career, it could be anything about herself that will help the members of the Hill Toastmasters get to know Gentrix a little bit better. Help me welcome Gentrix Onkudi this evening, who is presenting her speech from pages to stages. From pages to stages, Gentrix Okundi from pages to stages. Thank you. Who has ever tried winning a lottery? Any point in their life? Good, Yemeni. For me, winning a lottery was through reading books. I think I'd be retired right now. I love reading for the purpose of gaining knowledge, to improve my creativity, sometimes for fun and for other reasons. Where did all this begin? I'm a firstborn in a family of six with both parents as teachers. In such a setting, the bare minimum is you have to be the best. That is the least they expect of you. You have to set example for all the other children in your family. So that pushed me to want to learn more, to want to do more, to want to be better in every aspect of my life. Hence, I made friends with the books. That is how my love for books began. That page, fast forward, at the age of 17, I got an excellent scholarship that took care of my college fees and upkeep. But then I knew that I specialized in one thing. I was so good at reading, but I never developed the art of speaking. I was always scared of crowds, standing before an audience to present. I couldn't even speak up for myself where it mattered the most. And eventually I had to find a way to work around that. I graduated from college. I joined the corporate world in a bank as a relationship officer. The role is simple. All you need to do is talk to one customer, sort out their problems. If you cannot do that, you do a warm referral to another desk. That worked for quite a while until in February 2023 when I joined the sustainability department. Suddenly, I'm having an overhaul of my roles. I need to attend events, I need to lead discussions, I need to visit clients in their locations and assess them, and I need to train fellow staff and stakeholders. The first three are easy because all you do is discuss the subject matter and everybody is aware of what you're talking about. Now, the toughest part is conducting trainings. The first year is a breeze because all I need to do is join a colleague who does all the training. They do all the leading. All I'm doing is sitting there with the audience and listening. But you can't sit in that safety net forever. You usually get caught up at one time or the other. So the organization hires quite a number of employees. We are having back-to-back trainings in various parts of the country, and other trainings were being done out of the country. So everybody has to pull their weight and do something. I decided I'm stepping up. This is the first time I'm going to stand before an audience and do a training. I was scared. I remember in the morning of the training, I told myself, if I'm dying because of public speaking, today is that day. I took the microphone, I went to the podium. It's a group of around 500 colleagues who are newly hired. I did the training. It was a 5 minutes training. That was the longest 5 minutes of my life. By the time I'm done with the training and leaving that podium, I'm so scared, I'm sweaty, I'm literally almost running out of the stage. And you think I've just come from running a marathon. The irony is it's 9 a.m. in the morning, one of those chilly Nairobi mornings. But that experience was not a failure to me. It was my opportunity to grow. I told myself, at least I didn't die on the stage. I made it, even if it was for 5 minutes. Oh, I can do better than this. I decide I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to master all the content in my professional field because it's a new field, it's evolving. And apart from mastery, I need to share that information from my head to people in a way that they understand and they can action the same. What does that entail? I decide I'm joining Toastmasters to work on my public speaking skills, improve my confidence, and maybe maybe to sweat a little less every time I stand before an audience. What is my key take home in all this? Learning is a journey. It's an everyday journey. There is never a destination when it comes to learning and growth. It could be as big as the event we're having today. It could be as simple as a conversation with a friend. In everything we do, let's embrace learning and growth. I'm moving from the silent pages that I'm used to crowded stages like this. It's a journey that I'm embracing. So I'll leave you with a quote from Albert Einstein. The day we stop learning is the day we start dying. Thank you.
Well done, Gentrix. Well done. You did not die, did you? And you're right, it only gets better from here. Keep learning and welcome to Toastmasters. Well done, Gentrix. Our second speech of the day is from Toastmaster Arnold Bukangwa. Arnold focuses on putting away money first for savings and investments, and then he says, whatever is left after can be demolished perpendicularly. I'm very curious to know what that means. To introduce Arnold, we have Toastmaster Kathy Gerono Coit. Where is she? Oh, all the way from Eldoret Toastmasters Club. Welcome, Kathy.
I can see that, but sorry to those at the back who can't see me. But I'm going to introduce Arnold. Like Gentrix, he is doing his icebreaker. This is the first time he's going to spoken in front of the Toastmasters. And just keep doing the ums. I'm really bad at ums. And Arnold, like Gentrix, he told me just now that he's used to preparing speeches for other people and not for himself. And this is the first time he's done one for himself. So I'm really looking forward to hearing his introduction to you, the Hill Toastmasters. Arnold Bukangwa. Yes. Bukangwa, got it. Arnold Bukangwa, the vintage red suitcase. The vintage red suitcase. Arnold Bukangwa.
Thank you very much.
I hope the people online can see me. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. What you see in front of your screen is a vintage red suitcase. It's got perfect leather-bound material. It's got threading, very detailed metallic locks. May I just ask quickly, how many people have interacted with such a suitcase in this room? No one? Apart from Kathy? All right. I did not want to say the age part. But yes, speaks to the word vintage. By a quick show of hands, and I notice it's a good coincidence, half the people who've come here today sort of say if they're the last born or the firstborn, right? So just by a quick show of hands, how many are firstborns? And how many are the middle child? And how many of us here are lastborns? So just me and Olisa and Maureen. Okay, fantastic. There's a lot that's said about lastborns, correct? Quite a lot. Most of the times, at least where I come from, and I come from Tanzania, we're viewed as the ones who were always needy. We're viewed as the ones that are always never understanding of the needs of the family. We just want what we want, right? And for the most part, it can be true. Parents can equally cause that to happen, correct? And it's been proven scientifically that the order in which you were born can affect how you behave socially. Personally, I was the know-it-all lastborn. I come from a family of 3. The firstborn is my sister called Irene, 8 years my senior. The one I follow is called Andrew, who's my brother. And if you look at that picture, you can actually see who the mother was focused on, right? But that's not true. I had a very special relationship with my mother. And it's mostly because I was a know-it-all lastborn. As you can see on the other side, I'm basically sitting on my brains, thinking I know everything in life. Okay? Now, the special relationship with my mother, coming back to it, is that despite all the good grades that I had, despite my own personal thinking that I am a well-behaved child, despite all the relatives coming home and babying me and saying, "Oh, Arnold, how are you?" and everything, I had, at least from my perspective, the worst relationship with our mother. And that came from a very simple fact, which I later learned and I'll dive into. Who recognizes the third element of this photo here? right here. Yeah, we all know that flat iron, right? So on your left side, that's Arnold. The middle person is also Arnold, always looking like suspicious about what's next. And the reason for that, perhaps, I guess, I don't have a memory, is that I experienced the flat iron in a very special way. And that's not because I was smart in school, having the best pressed clothes. But the end of that flat iron that you don't see, the wire, landed on my skin one day, several times. It was because of the briefcase. So my mother kept a very old vintage red briefcase in her room. It was so old the locks did not work and it had tape around it, cell tape. So one night she comes back home very tired from work and simply asks me, well, she first asked my brother, if I remember, who opened the suitcase. My brother is like, oh, it's Arnold. I'm like, wait a second, what happened? So I'm getting called to my mom's room, and she simply says, did you touch this suitcase? I'm like, no. She's like, close the room. Obedient child, I close the room. Lock it. I'm like, locking. Give me the key. I'm like, here, mom, here's the key. She brings out the flat iron and starts whipping me with a wire. Now, what happened along the way is that I realized my mom was very angry about that particular suitcase being opened. So it kept me thinking, is there money in that suitcase? And to be honest, I never really opened it. Correct? I never opened it. Now, fast forward, my father, I grew up knowing my father as a well-off, opulent civil engineer, and my mother as the accountant. And my mother being an accountant, she sort of kept very close to the money, right? She knew how to spend the money. So my father always took us out, and our mother only took us out once, and that's because my uncle was paying the bill. So you can understand how badly this relationship is going forward, right? If I take us forward to when my mom was retiring, however, despite the fact that she kept close to her money, I drove my mom to go get her retirement payment. She handed it over to me, and I asked my mom, where's your money? You're retiring, where's your money? I don't think this is enough for you. And she told me, Arnold, I'm going to work it out. The money was spent on something else. I can't disclose that for now. But I still thought the red suitcase had money. So fast forward, I find out that this suitcase bore two important documents: my father's title deeds and my mother's academic certificates. But my father was just the same with my mother in terms of education. Why did my father obtain all these title deeds and my mother only have her certificates? And the reason is my mother took a break because the world did not allow her to be a mother and be financially free. Fast forward to when she became a retiree, my mom chose to use her hands, which is something we all thought, this is great, mom. Why didn't you do this ever since you were 20? You would have been a millionaire by now. To close this off, I learned three things from this. One, the opulent plan their money. My mother did not. Two, no matter what happens, your mother will never tell you the truth about why you're not going out. And three, in line with the International Women's Day theme of 2025, accelerating action, economic prosperity can only happen if both women and men can be allowed to make money equally, despite the gender roles. And with that, I leave that to you to make sure you do the same for all other Alveras in your life. Alvera is my mother's name. Thank you.
Congratulations, Arnold. Thank you so much for sharing your beautiful story of Mama Alvera. Great lessons there from the vintage red suitcase. Congratulations again. Well done. Our third speech of the day is from Toastmaster Mercy Mwangi. Mercy says to manage her budget and expenses, she has developed an app that helps her to track and review and trim her expenses. She has been building an emergency fund by setting aside some funds into a money market account. To introduce Mercy, we have Toastmaster Fidel Owiti from Kwanza Toastmasters Club. Welcome, Fidel.
This evening, I have the pleasure and privilege to evaluate the speech of Mercy Mwangi. I think this has been introduced before. So, my journey to sales, Mercy Mwangi, my journey to sales.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
It's such a pleasure to be here today for my very first speech. I must admit, I'm feeling very intimidated to be standing here in front of you, but I'm also incredibly excited. My name is Mercy Mwangi, and I'm here to speak a little bit about myself, my journey, and why I've decided to join Toastmasters. I was born and raised in Othaya, a small village or a small town near the Aberdare Ranges. This is far from the opulence of big cities, and it is a place with a lot of rolling hills, and it's such a peaceful place to be at, and I'm grateful to be coming from there. I was born and raised in a setup that was strict and a Christian environment where the words discipline and obedience were practically synonyms. We've mentioned here, as a firstborn, I was one of them. I had to set a very high example for all our siblings. I am the firstborn in a family of 4. So I was always the obedient one and the quiet one. That one doesn't sound like fun, does it? No. It doesn't. But looking back, I am grateful for it. I was able to be a role model to my siblings, and the strictness, though it was a bit overwhelming sometimes, it was out of love from my parents. They created an environment where there was a lot of care, there was a lot of love, and this has shaped me to be the person I am. Growing up, I wasn't a mischievous child. In fact, I was the least rebellious kid in the neighborhood. Not unless, of course, you want to count that one time I tried to hide my report card under the bed. That's a story for another day. In the university, I studied BCom, focusing on human resource management. But after graduation, life threw a curveball to me, and I found myself in the banking industry and not the HR path that I had envisioned. I have been with the same employer for over a decade now. It's a long time, right? Which qualifies me as a loyal employee. Though I must also have earned the title of a comfort zone expert. Now, last year, something happened that shook my world up. I applied for a sales job. Yes, sales. I have been in operations for the last over 10 years. That meant I was dealing with cash management, I was in back office, and I never got to interact with many people. In fact, a friend got to ask me, Mercy, are you really ready for this? And then they went ahead and told me, you're not a salesperson. Ouch, I know. But instead of backing down, I decided to embrace the challenge. The same year, I joined a church community-based, a church community where we got to do Bible study together, and I was required to contribute and actively participate in discussions, which was also new to me. This led me thinking, I think I need to do something about my communication, how I actively participate how I actively participate in discussions needs to be better, needs to be clear. I need to have the confidence, and that's why I am here today. And I can't wait to see what is ahead. Thank you for welcoming me here. And as I wind up, I want to leave you with this statement that growth begins at the end of comfort zone. I have been in my comfort zone for years. It's time to break. Thank you.
Congratulations, Mercy. Well done. Well done. That was a lovely speech. And well done for embracing the challenge that you can be a salesperson and doing what needs to be done. Welcome to the Toastmasters Club. Our final speech of the day will be by Toastmaster Veronica Wangoi. When I asked her about her economic tip, Veronica spouted wisdom. She said she has learned to depend on the few coins in her account rather than in the millions that are in her family and friends' accounts. To introduce Veronica is Toastmaster Kelvin Okari, our very own. Please welcome to tell us about Veronica's objectives and speech.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I didn't get the big smile, so I'm going to try it again. Please turn to the neighbor seated next to you. Just look at them nicely. Give them the assurance that you're at the right place in the right timing. Then give them an African greeting which has to produce sound. Did you give them an African greeting? So let's try again. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. This evening, for our final speech, is an icebreaker speech. 4 to 6 minutes of awesomeness and pure opulence in language. We're going to listen to her first ever speech, and she chose a wonderful title, A Costly Mistake. A Costly Mistake, Veronica Wangoi.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. This is not a display of opulence, but help me count this money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Today, I'm going to share with you how 500 Kenya shillings was a costly mistake that has made me who I am today. Growing up, issues of disabilities didn't really matter to me. This is because they didn't affect me directly, and therefore I never paid a that everything changed. Trying to source for my weekly supplies. A vendor shouting, "Are you mad? Are you blind? Why have you destroyed my tomatoes? You're going to pay for this." Next to the vendor stood a man, squashed tomatoes around his feet. He was scared. He was shaking. His eyes were turning out watery and red. Immediately, I recognized this man. He was a deaf man in our village. But the vendor continued shouting. A crowd of people started gathering around, and the tension was heightening. I moved close to the vendor I tried to whisper, "The man is not ignoring you. He is deaf, he can't hear you." But the vendor was still angry. He pushed me and continued to demand for his payment. To ease the tension of this growing crowd, I asked the vendor, "How much would you charge for these tomatoes?" She angrily shouted, "He needs to pay me 500 Kenya shillings." Between me and poverty, I had 500 Kenya shillings. I went into my pocket, drew the 500 Kenya shillings, and gave it to the vendor. The tension eased, and the crowd started to disperse. After the crowd had dispersed, the man turned to me. He smiled faintly. I smiled back, and he did something like this. I awkwardly smiled because I didn't know what it means. I've never spoken to a deaf person. But today, I know that this means thank you in sign language. As I went home, I kept thinking, I carried these moments with me. And every time I kept thinking, what happens to the many deaf people out there who cannot be able to speak or communicate, who cannot be able to access some of these basic services? This led me to start reading on issues of disabilities. What started as curiosity grew into passion and now into a career. Today, I work as a disability inclusion specialist. I've worked for different organizations, including UNICEF. I've helped push for policies and laws that have ensured that persons with disabilities have access to services. But then I realized something else. Knowledge is not everything. You need to know how to communicate this. And that is where Toastmasters comes in. A few months ago, I was invited as a speaker to a global event in Amsterdam on disability inclusion. It was a dream come true. It was the best moment of my life. As I stood on that stage, there were global leaders, there were experts, there were donors. These were people who would make things happen. But as I spoke, I never felt heard. I really struggled to make my points compelling. I really struggled to catch my audience attention. As I left the event, I went thinking, knowledge and passion, which I have, weren't enough. I really needed to learn how to communicate and how to push people into action. That's why I joined Toastmasters, to learn and develop my confidence in speaking, to push people into action, and to make sure that every time I speak, my voice isn't just spoken, but people hear it. That day at the market, I helped a man. But in so many ways, he has helped me. He helped me realize what my path is. He opened my eyes to the world of disability that I had never thought about. Today, I really work hard to ensure that no one is left behind and that every voice is heard, including the voices of those with disabilities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Veronica. Thank you and well done. Congratulations on your icebreaker speech. Thank you too for standing up for the people living with disability. I thought you were going to leave me the money though. That would have been a costly mistake. Yeah? Toastmasters and guests, we have come to the end of our speeches. We take a short break to vote for the better speaker. I request our SA to lead us. But in front of you, you will see some stationery right at the bottom. You can tear off the bottom part and vote for the better speaker. Just to remind you, our speakers were Gentrix Onkundi, who spoke about from pages to stages. The second speech was Arnold Bukanga, who spoke about the vintage red suitcase. The fourth speech was by Mercy Mwangi. She spoke about my journey to sales. And the fourth speak was Veronica Wangoi, A Costly Mistake. Thank you for voting. As we vote, I'd like to take us back to our question. Where is the money? I have a question for you. When was the last time you ordered food on Uber Eats or Glovo or Bolt Food? Anybody did this week? Okay, Anna? Okay. When was the last time you bought a dress just because you were going to a new party? It had to be white, and then you had to have a flower, and then you had to have the purse to match, and then the shoes. Anybody feeling me? How about a new iPhone? I understand there's the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Your iPhone 13 is still working fine, but you just have to have the other one. Anybody feeling me? Fellow Toastmasters, that is where the money is hiding. These extra monies that we spend when we really don't have to. Eating out, going to an unplanned party, keeping up with the Joneses. That is where the money is hiding. And if we are more intentional about how we spend our money, if we keep to our budgets, if we live beyond our means, we'll find suddenly that we have more money than we need. Not that we need, but than we spend. Yeah? Have we finished voting? Okay. I'll move us on to the next Yes? Oh. For the online audience, please DM the SAA. I hope that's clear. Please remember to send your votes to the SAA on his DM. Thank you. We are now moving on to the second segment of our meeting, where the speakers, haven't they done a wonderful job? Beautiful speeches today, right? It's time for them to receive evaluations from their mentors. And for the rest of us, let's listen keenly and let's see what we can learn in terms of giving speeches or even what we can apply to ourselves. I'd like to introduce the evaluators for today. I'll start with Toastmaster, Madam President Lillian Kimando. She'll be evaluating Toastmaster Gentrix on Kundi's speech. Her tip for today was, close your eyes and you won't see. She says, figuratively speaking, close your eyes because there's always somebody doing something you'd like to do, but you can't. This way, you remain focused on your journey and not on the many high-rise buildings popping up everywhere or the new exotic cars on our roads. She says to own your journey proudly. This has grounded her greatly and especially financially. Welcome, Madam President. Clap, clap.
From pages to stages. Congratulations. Where is Gentrix? Oh, yeah. Congratulations on your very first speech in Toastmasters. I am very proud of you and I'm happy that you felt the fear and did it anyway. I can imagine now the butterflies are all gone, right? Yes. In Toastmasters, we have the speech that you prepared, the speech that you presented, and the speech that you wish to presented. And I'm so sure that now you're thinking about, I wish I could have said this in this manner. But you presented a wonderful speech that made us know who you are, that you were brought up by teachers, that you were a bookworm. And I was wondering, from pages to stages, and now at the end of your speech, I could clearly connect with your speech title and how you've moved from being a bookworm. You've not willingly, you are forced to move from being a bookworm to becoming an owner of the stages. I really enjoyed the flow of your speech, and that is the one thing that really stood out for me, that you had a clear introduction, a body, and a conclusion where you left the stage with a quote. The other thing, even though the tension was there, you were confident in what you were telling us this evening. But in every good thing, there's always something else that you can do to make it even better. And these are some of the areas that I would suggest that you may consider working on as you proceed to your next speech. And the first one is your posture. From the minute you walked in here, you are like this. Yeah, you may be a boss. I was wishing put the feet back or move from this end. The stage is your oyster, Gentrix. Own it and own it with power. Move to the front, move to the back, you can move to the side. It is your stage. Those 6 minutes are yours. And work on your posture. And even your gestures, they are not intentional. You are fidgeting a lot here. So as you move on to your next speech, you may consider working on this. The other thing is your tone of variation. From the minute you started speaking, your tone of variation was the same. You spoke about from being raised by teachers until the very last minute. That speech, you could have said it with a lot of power, that learning is a journey, and you started your journey today. In conclusion, I really enjoyed the flow of your speech and the way you managed to tie your speech title with your entire speech, that we could clearly tell that you've moved from pages, which is being a bookworm, to now taking on stages where you're training people, and you're also taking stages in Toastmasters, and I can't wait to see you take on other stages in your life. If you work on your posture, on your stage with power. The 6 minutes or the 7 minutes you've been given by Toastmasters are yours. Make best with them, and even just work on your tone of variation. When you need to go down, go down. When you need to talk to us with power, add that power, and you're on to great things. You've started your journey. Congratulations.
Even
me, I'm feeling the butterflies.
Thank you very much, Madam President. Our next evaluator is Toastmaster Kathy Gerono Coit. Kathy will be evaluating Toastmaster Arnold Bukangwa's speech. Kathy says, "Where has the money gone? Well, it has been spent. As a Mzungu, she has the saving gene in her blood. If her ancestors had not learned to save food for the long cold winters when no food grows, they would have dropped out of the gene pool. She instinctively needs to have some money put aside for the proverbial rainy day. My dear friends," she says, "your ancestors had no need for that gene. Fresh food was always plentiful. Hence, you believe it's our instinct and culture to put, it's against our instinct and culture to put anything aside for the days when God does not provide as he always has." Welcome, Toastmaster Kathy.
Before I start my evaluation, I would like to just put a rider on that. Everybody that's spoken today has talked about savings, so I think I have to change your generation. It may be a little different from the older generation. I don't know. So I may have to put a rider on that. Arnold, I can't see the time. This start the timing now. Thank you so much. You stood up, you spoke. Use the pace, your stage presence, and your body language, and your speaking were excellent. You involved all the audience to start off with. You asked questions. You gave us a feeling of what it was like to be the last born know-it-all. And I have a brother who's the last born know-it-all, so I know exactly where you're coming from. And you gave us the understanding of how you learned from your mother, even when how your relationship developed and how it happened with even when you were being punished. So I really felt it was an inspiring speech. You helped us all understand where you were coming from, where you were with your mother. I love your conclusion where you use the three plan for your money. Mother doesn't be in this room would agree with you that you need equality with money within the family. It was wonderful. It was a really good start. I think everybody had no problem hearing you or seeing you. Sorry about those. What I felt was I loved the fact that you had the pictures, but I felt they were holding you back. You may not be aware, but instead of talking for 6 minutes, it was just a little bit over 8 minutes. And I felt that was because you were trying to talk about each picture. And I would love to see you do this speech again, or with your next speech, just have a picture you hold up. Those on the screen will be able to see it. And it will make the speech flow more. I felt that it was the pictures may be a little bit more distracting. It's a good thing to be able to present with pictures, but maybe not completely. Maybe just holding them up would have helped you better. You may not be aware of the use of the word right, but just keep an eye on using the word right when you want to make sure that people understand you. Particularly in your area, in your age group, like is another word. Well, it was like, it's like right. So just be aware of that word right. Otherwise, you've got great voice, you've got great stage presence, and I think you're going to absolutely fly through your projects in Toastmasters. And I know that you will do really, really well, and I thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Thank you for your evaluation. And also, please send our warm greetings to Toastmasters Club in Eldoret. Our third evaluator for today is Toastmaster Fidel Owiti. He joins us from the Kwanzaa Toastmasters Club, and he'll be evaluating Toastmaster Mercy Mwangi's speech. Fidel is more intentional about his social capital this year. He has joined a number of organizations and clubs to expand his network. He says that surrounding himself with resourceful mentors, coaches, and friends has led to lots of financial benefits, even more in the long term. Welcome, Toastmaster Fidel Owiti.
Growth happens at the end of the comfort zone. Will you all agree with me that that was an electric speech by Mercy Mwangi? My evaluation will be in two parts. The first part, commendations, that is what you did well. The second part, recommendations. Beginning with the commendations. The first one was obvious. The speech structure. I loved your speech structure that was into three parts. The second commendation is the eye contact, that you are able to balance both the face virtually. I also loved the third commendation, that is storytelling. You told us your story from birth. You're born in Othaya, you went to school, you did BCom, and now you work as a banker, and you want to transition from banking into sales, and that's why you joined Toastmasters. I have two recommendations for you. And my first recommendation is divided into two. The first is called the 3-second rule. The second is called the 5-second rule. The 3-second rule in public speaking says that you need to pause for at least 3 seconds when you get to a stage. I noticed that when you came here, you immediately rushed into your speech. When you pause, you give the audience time to get away from their phones and other distractions to focus on you. The 5-second rule says that whenever you are speaking, you need to give the audience some time to internalize your speech. I noticed again that you rush through majority of your speech, not giving the audience the time what I would love that you do better about this higher. It went to, I don't know which university you went to, but then you did HR, and then now you're here. It's quite a predictable, maybe it lacks conflict. In public speaking, it is the conflict that makes the story what it is. We wanted to hear some maybe not so perfect part of your story, part of your life. And the second part of it is, I also noticed that there were moments where you could relive your story by giving us dialogues, telling us what happened, told us how you told it to relive your story. In contact, good use of storytelling. Also work on your storytelling to make it more vulnerable at the end of your comfort zone. And thank you.
I'm trying to practice the 3-second rule. Did I succeed? Thank you, Toastmaster Fidel, and thank you for the lines we have received from your evaluation. Our final evaluator of the day is Toastmaster Kelvin Okari. Kelvin will be evaluating Toastmaster Veronica Wangoi's speech. About our theme today, he says, he has diversified his sources of incomes to survive. He has reduced unnecessary expenditure and reduced his ego too. Most importantly, he has stopped responding to friends who only remember him when they urgently need 2K. Welcome, Toastmaster Kelvin.
Thank you very much. Oh, setting up the screen. I hope you don't start counting. Count with me. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5.
I picked 5 amazing points that actually her speech. 1, a powerful start that caught our attention, especially when we saw money. In this economy, that really catches attention. Number 2, you actually engaged us as an audience. Count with me, and we counted with you. That's a very good way to engage us. And then your gestures were very deliberate. What has he done? He has stepped on my tomatoes. The gestures were very deliberate, and the good storytelling that you were able to experience. That was my 4th point. And then there was a powerful thing you incorporated in your speech, the conversations. What has he done? He stepped on my tomatoes, but he cannot hear. Stop. How much is it? 500. Yeah. That way, when there's a conversation, we get more engaged to your speech. 5 powerful things that you did. Areas that you would have improved. Dialogues. The same way you incorporated dialogues, mostly dialogues happen when people are facing each other. So if you are being the marketer, he stepped on my tomatoes. Take another position. What? Tomatoes? The moment you change this and these people get to understand there are 2 different people speaking. Then there's the tonal variation. You actually went to Amsterdam and you are saying it like it's Kisumu. When you are talking about success, brilliant, happy moments, increase your tone. I went to Amsterdam to do a speech, but I felt like a dwarf among the world leaders. That way, we get to feel you, the tension, at the same time, we get to celebrate on your highlights. Finally, you need to slow down on your speech. I noticed you are in a rush to finish this speech. How do you slow down? Take the pauses deliberately. Have you ever been to Amsterdam? I guess not. That way, people are able to think with you in the speech and flow with you. Those deliberate pauses actually help you in lengthening your speech and completing your time nicely. And yes, the use of props was powerful. That use of money, really powerful, got our attention. Things you may need to work on and in just challenging yourself is tying your topic to the story. We were waiting to know the costly mistake. Was it the donation? Was it to move to Amsterdam? Or was it to take up the role? So, what was this costly mistake? Once you tie it, your speech becomes perfect. But for a first start speech, really good, shine on and go to your next speech as soon as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Okari. We've come to the end of our evaluations, and it's time again to vote. So we'll take a minute, go to your stationery at the bottom, and tear off the better evaluator slot, make your votes. Just to remind you, our evaluators were Toastmaster Lillian Kimondo. Sorry, my apologies. Toastmaster Lillian Kimando. The second evaluator was Toastmaster Kathy Gerono Coit. The third evaluator was Toastmaster Fidel Owiti. And the fourth evaluator, Toastmaster Kelvin Okari. Please indicate and give your votes to our SAA. Our online, sorry? Yes, our online guests and Toastmasters, please remember to send your votes to the SAA through DM. Yeah, done? Okay. We are moving on well, I think. And we come to the segment where we introduce our hack master of the day. I'm not quite sure what this is, but we are going to find out. So help me to welcome Toastmaster Sylvia Ongiroto as she explains to us her role, as well as to take us through the segment. Now, Sylvia's economic pro tip, she says she has started buying goods in bulk. She buys this from wholesalers, and this lasts a whole while longer. This has helped to reduce her monthly shopping expenses. And additionally, she has stopped buying brands, especially e.g. powder soap. She now buys whatever is on offer. Welcome, Sylvia.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
We can all agree as Toastmasters, it's good to listen. When you listen, it's a form of powerful communication because you're able to give back feedback. As the famous Ben Johnson says, when you fail to listen, you're failing to learn. So every time you're listening, you're learning something that you'll apply and it will help you. My role as the hack master is to test your listening skills. During this meeting, we were all seated, looking at the front, listening. I hope we were not on our phones. So my role today, I will test. Did you listen to what our speakers were saying from the start of the meeting to the end of the speeches? I'll be picking on someone. I read the question, then I'll pick on someone to complete the question. I will begin by asking, who said these words? It was red. Save for a rainy day. Side hustles are important. I'll choose on Monica. Save for a rainy day and side hustles are important. Yes, it was Beth who said that. You save for a rainy day, it's important to have a side hustle. The day you stop learning is the day you stop living. That quote was said by, and who said the quote? As in, I can say maybe she quoted that, but who was the, yes. Who are the needy and want what they want? That was said by? No. Yes. Our money is in 3 places. I choose on. You've tried. Annie, kindly tell us, where is our money? It's in 3 places. Yes. 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 This one I will pick on someone before I read the question. I pick on Derek. Economic prosperity can only happen when, complete that.
When men and women come together.
No.
No.
When men and women have equal.
Yes. Now I'll pick on the online audience. I'll choose on DTM Maggie. Extra money spent. Where is our extra money spent? DTM Maggie?
Only remember the people, problems, and products.
Okay. Let me choose on someone else. I'll choose on PMO8. Our extra monies are spent on.
I think it is spent on going out to eat instead of cooking at home, and on extra things or new things like iPhone 16 Pro Max instead of just. Thank you.
Do I still have time? Okay, thank you. That's all for today. Back to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sylvia. I now know what a hackmaster is. Moving right along, we are coming to our reports from our role takers, and I'm very excited to welcome Toastmaster Beth Wamboi, who will lead her team in giving us our reports for the meeting. Welcome, Toastmaster Beth.
Good evening once more. Before I give my report, I would like to invite our role takers to give us their reports. And I'll start with our counter.
Good evening once again.
Good evening.
Good evening once again. Those were great speeches. I had a great time. To a point, I almost lost myself trying to take note of what was happening, but I managed some way, somehow. So I'll keep this very short and brief. Maureen, now you used 3 filler words under the R. I didn't get any repeated word that was used. Lillian, I could not get any. June, I spare you because it's your first day, but good job. You'll see me and then I'll just give. Kidding. Lillian, as I said, none. Gentrix, there were 3 filler words. 0. In the repeated words, we had I, that were 3, and also note on the word and. You had about 5 times. Kathy, there were 6. Arnold, there were 2 words. 1. There were several repeated words. Well, used it twice. Right, like, as also it was captured by your evaluator. Mercy, you had 12. And you were using the word so many times. Fidel, if I go to Fidel, I want to also comment that for the icebreakers, I was a bit lenient. It was your first time, but take note of that. Fidel, you had no but you had repeated words like so, was, that, and I. Veronica, there was 1 I used once. Repeated words there were 3. Sorry, use the word there were 3 times. I really struggle, was also a bit overused. Okari, take note of the word and. Yes. It feels weird commenting to my mentor. Bear with me. Sylvia, there was only 1 repeated word, which was there. I also want to take note of, for all of us to take note of the word we only not have 3, but we have like, okay, right, totally, literally, well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nick. And next is our grammarian.
Thank you. So for the grammarian role, I think we did very well. All the speakers were excellent and opulent in their use of. We got very interesting quotes, which we will be taking forward. We'll be using going forward. We also got very good figurative speech, I think. So every speaker, I won't maybe list all of them, but I think understanding where, say, Gertrude's came from, and the quote on the day we stop learning is the day we stop growing. We start dying, sorry. Then there was Arnold. I think there was good use of humor. And we also saw how the image you had of you sitting on the brain, how it brought I think the point home of how you thought of yourself as a person who's a deep thinker and everything from a young age. Then for Mercy, I think explaining the rolling hills in Othaya and how different it was from the opulence in the town areas. Then Veronica, you also spoke about how when you were speaking during your visit to Amsterdam, you mentioned how you were speaking but you didn't feel heard. So it was bringing the contrast of what you're trying to achieve here, like speaking and being able to be the information getting received on the other side. Then for Lillian, you also felt fear and did it anyway. You mentioned that. I think it's a good quote that we can carry forward, and the stage being our oyster. Then Kathy, you put a rider on your previous response, which was an interesting way of saying you stand corrected. Then planning for money and equity being the theme for the International Women's Day. It was a good reminder. For Fidel, you mentioned about giving commendation and recommendation. I thought that was a rhyme and it was an interesting takeaway for me. Then Okari, you helped us use powerful props as a way of describing what Veronica did. So that was an interesting way of saying the props were very well received and demonstrative. Then Sylvia, I think, is one of the last speakers, has mentioned that when you fail to listen, you're failing to learn. So that was also an interesting point. I think there are a few things that we could correct. And one of the things, there are very few, but one of the things was usually get caught up. And I think it was you mentioning if you transition to sales, you need to have that skill. I think I would phrase it as it catches up with you when you transition. Then I think one of the other things that I could maybe suggest was it was a bit overwhelming at times. I don't remember who said it. I'm so sorry about that. But there was a bit of repetition with the a bit and the at times. So I think it was overwhelming at times. Those are all the all the corrections that I got in. But in terms of the use of the word opulence, I think we also did well. We had like 5 of our speakers mention it, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Annie. Now to our timer.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I'm here to give you the report on our time, on how we have used our time and managed our time. So far, so good. We are doing well in terms of managing the time. We started the meeting on time. The VP ensured that we started the meeting on time. So the meeting started exactly at 6 p.m. And the times the moments that the times that are taken a lot, it is through the introduction by TMOD took a lot of time, and then also the place that it was managed well, it was introduction to the speakers that was managed well, and generally the accountant, grammarian, they have managed the time well. Going to the prepared speeches, we had the first speaker being Gentris Okundi. The speech time requirement was 4 to 6 minutes. The actual time spent, he used 5 minutes, 8 seconds, so he was within the time. Apologies, sorry. The second speaker was Arnold Bukangwa. Speech time requirement was 46 minutes. The actual time used 8 minutes, 13 seconds. So he went beyond with 2 minutes, 13 seconds. For Masi Mwangi, the speech time requirement was 4 to 6 minutes. The actual time spent was 4 minutes, 55 seconds. So she was within the time. Veronica Wangoi, the speech time requirement 4 to 6 minutes. Actual time spent was 5 minutes, 17 seconds. So she was within the time. For the evaluators, all the evaluators bypassed the 3 minutes mark. So for TM Lilian Kimando, the minutes was beyond 17 seconds, that is 3 minutes, 17 seconds. For TM Kathy Koyet, the minute spent was 3 minutes, 25 seconds. TM Fidel Owiti, the minute spent was 3 minutes, 18 seconds. And for TM Kelvin Okari, the time spent was 3 minutes, 11 seconds. But generally, I'm seeing that we are almost on time. We are a bit like 10 minutes late, but I'm hoping we finish on time. Thank you.
Thank you to our role takers. Now to my report. The roles were filled in good time, very commendable. There was also a dry run that was done yesterday. And come to today's meeting, everything was set up in good time. And the meeting started at exactly 6 p.m. The presiding officer introduced the TMOD, and the Toastmaster of the day had a very interesting topic that kept us alert. Where is the money? We even still have the real money in the room. The role takers, they understood their roles and they have given us very good reports. Now on to what we can do better. One, I noticed some role takers came in late, so we can improve on that so that we don't distract the speakers when they are doing their speeches. Secondly, today we didn't have that introduction of the terminologies and also the structure of the Toastmasters. So I'm sure maybe our guests got lost somewhere. They don't understand what Toastmaster is. Also, the TMOD didn't understand what the Hackmaster entailed. So maybe a proper structure of the meeting would have been given from the word go. I also noticed that the chairs were a bit squeezed. So you'd really struggle to, maybe the notion was to accommodate more people, but next time maybe we can create some room. I'm not sure the agenda were enough, and I'm not sure if the online members got a copy of the agenda. Also for the word of the day, I don't think it's bold enough. Personally, I couldn't read from the other end. I had to turn. So maybe next time we can make it more bolder. Sorry, I'm referring to my notes. So yes, we kept time, but somewhere we lost some few minutes, but our TMOD kept us. And also there was good stage management, and the TMOD ensured there was good control and there was proper handover to the next speaker. So generally the meeting was well prepared, very well organized. There was energy, and I did enjoy myself in today's meeting. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Beth. Thank you for the pointers. We are always learning, and it's nice to have those things pointed out to us. We'll do better next time. Now, at this juncture, I'd like to hand over the meeting back to our president, Toastmaster Lilian Kimando. I'd also like to point out that she's my mentor. So I'm very proud to welcome her back. As I finish, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone. I hope you really enjoyed your meeting today. I hope you've learned something. Thank you so much for the wonderful speeches. Congratulations on your first speeches. And thank you also to everybody for sharing the tips and tricks on how we can create wealth. To conclude, I'd like to share the golden rule of wealth. Can anyone guess what it is? I was very surprised. It's actually something very simple. The golden rule of wealth is save, save, save. I'd like you to say it with me. What is the golden rule of wealth? Save, save, save. And I hope we'll all be doing that. If we are doing it, we'll continue doing it more and more, because this is the cornerstone of financial success. Every penny saved brings us a step closer to our financial freedom. I finish with an Ashanti proverb: one cannot both feast and become rich. In other words, you cannot have your cake and eat it. And I say thank you once again. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for coming. And good luck to all of us finding the money. Back to you, Madam President.
Oh, God. I'm a super proud Brenta. She deserves the hug. We can do better. I appreciate you. Where is the money? Guys, where is the money? It's in the people in the room. She could be sitting next to a billionaire, right? So please say hi to Kathy next to you, Annie. I'm sure you've not even spoken to each other. Nick, speak to the neighbor who is next to you, because she's just told us that the money is with the people and they could be having a problem that you can solve, and then you sell the product to them. Ensure you know at least 2 or 3 people. Those who are online, I don't know how you're going to do this, but please ensure that you know someone. I want to start on a complaining notes as we close. Yes, to the men of the hill. November came, the ladies went all out, wrote love notes for you, did their thing. International Women's Day came, not even a message. Does it mean that we don't matter to you guys? Not even one of you who've come to this stage and said, Happy International Women's Day. No. You cannot do that. We listen but we do not judge. But here we are judging you. We are judging you. I don't know whether Jackson is here. I wish that Jackson and Cyril, by the way, whatever we did was not from the club money. It's from the ladies' pockets. So ladies, I want to celebrate you this evening because the men have showed us we don't matter to them. So this is dedicated to you, dear the ladies of the Hill Toastmasters Club. As we continue to celebrate women this month, I want to take a moment to celebrate each and every one of you, starting with our CGD, DT of Maggie Njoroge, our area director, who I'm sure she's in the room, Christine Oyugi, to our VP at the back there, Tabitha Kendi, our VPM, Christine Ombaka, our VPPR in absentia, Vivian Odo, Mike Eze, Secretary Sylvia Ongiroto, who is also serving as our SAA, has been our hack master. Can you see the women in the room? June Kongoro, who's done such an amazing job. Beth Wamboi, she took the role for the first time. We have Masi Mwangi, who is here, Veronica Wangoi. I can see Gentrix Onkude. I can see Monica Kafue in the room. I can see Kendi Mogendi in the room, Kathy Koetani, Maureen Mwetia, and all the visiting ladies who are in this room. And Leah Motesia, right? Yes, to all the guests. I celebrate you as the president of this club, and I'm continuously inspired by your strength, by your grace, and the determination that each of you brings to this community of the Hill Toastmasters. Today, I honor not just your achievements, but also the journey that has led us here today. In a world where our voices are more important than ever, your presence and your contributions enrich our club and empower us all to reach greater heights. Let us continue to support and uplift each other, knowing that together there's nothing that we cannot achieve. Here is to breaking barriers, creating opportunities for women, and making a lasting impact in our community and beyond. Happy International Women's Day, ladies. I may not have the money to spoil you, but I have a little something. This is not for the men. Ladies only. Ladies only. Okay, come and supply this. Do not touch even one of them. I don't know how you're going to appreciate those who are online, but I receive hugs from me.
I know you're putting us under pressure.
Yes.
Just allow me to, even as he's spreading that.
Yes.
Give me the men in the room. You can take that. Let's come so many ladies there. We write a message and collect.
Oh, thank you. And I just want to celebrate some ladies I've seen online. I can see Vanessa is online, Mercy Kagonda, Candy, I can see Priscilla, Rose Odundo from Zumaridi, President. I think I had seen David Tenge. Okay. I think there'll be enough. I don't know. You just do your thing.
It's the end, I'll pay for the rest. Thank you.
Madam President, we demand that the men reciprocate. I don't know. We cannot demand unless they want to reciprocate. That's up to them. But we do what we can and celebrate each other as women, right? Yes, we have the power within us. Good. Thank you so much for making the Hill Toastmasters meeting number 174 fantastic, that you all came to witness the icebreaker and conquered their fear. Let us celebrate the icebreakers one more time. Well done, well done. Finally, Arnold has done it and he did it well. We've waited for this for a long time, and I want to welcome all the icebreakers to the front, please. We want to appreciate you. Quickly, who is taking the photos? We need this for VP, please, you can come. All the icebreakers, kindly. Well done, Veronica. Joey. Oh, this side, this side. At Simba Toastmasters. Good. Mercy Mwangi, well done. Guys, you should be clapping for them. Gentry, well done. Good job. And then Arnold. Look at me why you did it. Good job. On to our beta speaker this evening. All of them did a fantastic job, but at the end of the day, we must appreciate the one who emerged as the beta evaluator. Let's start with the beta evaluator. Drum rolls. Beta evaluator drum rolls. Hey, those drums are weak. Add some power. Some power. The best evaluator is none other than our MC Okari. Clap for him. Run. You can lose 1 kg in that.
Thank you. We need our banner back for this folks.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Good. Well done. Yes, iPhone. And to the better speaker this evening, drum rolls. Woo-hoo. None other than Veronica Wangoi. Come with the 500, we exchange. Well done. Good job. Well done. And I want to appreciate our Toastmaster of the day, for doing an amazing job. It's the first time she's taken on this role. Please let's celebrate her. She's done an amazing job. I didn't have much, but I just thought you would say well done. Good job. Yeah. Also to appreciate all the first-time role takers this evening. Maureen, thank God he's not near the bell. Maureen Waitia has taken on the timer's role for the first time. And you've done this before? Yes, you've been grammarian before. And Bear, the GE, has done GE for the first time today. Well done. Good job. Now, on to the announcements. Renewals, guys. By the end of this March, if you have not renewed your membership, you'll not be able to access the Toastmasters International website. How sad. And you've come this far. I don't know whether to give DT Mag. Have you seen that video that DT Mag is? She's begging you. I am doing this on her behalf. Guys, we need to renew our membership. Our treasurer is waiting. The account details are somewhere in the room. We can share, they can circulate so that people renew their membership before the end of this month. We're renewing our membership up to September. So April, May, June, all the way to September, but this needs to be done within the month of March. And we'll be reaching out to you individually from the ex-course desk. Yes. Oh, I've been reminded one thing, the tag team, our general evaluator, our grammarian, our accountant and timer, could you kindly share your reports with us in the two groups, the role takers group and the members group, so that we remember the feedback that you've given us today, which will feed into improving in the next meeting. Kindly, before you forget everything that you've said, every nice thing you've said here, put it down in a report and share it in the groups. The next thing is this weekend, 22nd. Yes,
Madam
CGD.
President.
Go ahead, DT Maggie.
May I say a sentence?
Yes, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We have 15 members who are renewed right now. Only 5 members are standing between us and the $50 from the district. Back to you.
Oh my God. Who are the 5 members we're renewing today so that we get 50 USD? We can use that to get a cake. Who is? Oh, Arnold. Someone else. Oh, Christine. Someone else. We need 3 more. Guys, we need to renew. We need to renew our membership. Olisa. Who else is renewing their membership? We need 2 more. The treasurer is online and he's represented here. Christine is. Oh, there's money here. There's money in the room to make sure it's not cost. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Before I give Nick the opportunity to come and say something, I wanted to I've announced the renewals. The other thing is, can I see your tags, members? Only 4 people are allowed not to have their tags. Just 4. That is Kendi, Veronica, Mercy. Yours is here because you are not here. Maureen has had an error, and David Tege. Those are the only 4 people allowed not. You are not here. Your tags are here. Yes, the others. Can I see your tags, guys? Okay, I can see yours. Tabitha, where's yours? Oh, Tabitha is collecting the fines because she does not have. Sylvia, where's yours? Thank you. I love it. The ex-co does not have their tags. So please send your 200 shillings to the treasurer, Tabitha, Sylvia, and who else? Guest, we really appreciate you. We're going to give you an opportunity to say hi to our time, not even first time, as long as your guest, the treasurer, the account, circulate this fees. And I would like to invite Nick. Oh yeah, I was talking about the banner next meeting. Our banner, you've noticed that the January, February, March, you've not had our banner. It is lying somewhere in accumulating dust at Simba Toastmasters. This Saturday, we will be at Simba Toastmasters, not only to reclaim our banner, but also to come with theirs. So we need to be 10 people on site. So many of us have taken up roles in that meeting, but we need you guys to come and cheer us on. We need to be 10. They meet at Real Park Towers on Bandari, Real Park Towers, Bandari Road. That's around industrial areas, Bunyala Road. We will send the pin and the details of the meeting. It's starting at 10 a.m. and ends at 12:30. Then you can go for your weekend shenanigans, for lack of a better word. I kindly beg you guys, please come. Let's go get our banner. It does not look good here. We need our banner. All of you. Yes, so I look forward to seeing you there. There's an announcement? Yes, another one? Yes, go ahead. Come. Oh, our next meeting is on 1st of April. April Fool's Day. Watu wa Murima. Oh, sorry. Yes, our next meeting is on 1st of April 2025, and we have something amazing in store for you. We will be hearing from all the ExCom members because we are nearing the election period, and we would like you, as we are calling upon you to take on this position, we want you to hear from us what it means to serve in the different positions that we've taken on from June last year up to this very moment. What does presidency mean? What are some of the things that you can learn? What does VPE mean? What does SAA mean? So we'll be having a panel discussion here, and you don't want to miss it. On top of other things, Tabitha will be sharing the details of the meeting as we go on, right? Yes, you don't want to miss. And especially if you're interested in any of the ExCo positions, they're all fully, not all of them, some. Yeah, let's keep discussing about this. Did I miss any other announcement? Nick, please take over, then I'll come and close.
It was meant to be a surprise. We had arranged it this way. Men can confirm. All men say ahu. All men say ahu. They are confirming. And reason being, on a serious note, reason being, all the women in the room, we celebrate you. But enough of crying about, on a serious note, this is a very serious note. I personally feel that the liberation of women happened in 1980s, right? That today, go to workspaces, we have women who are managers. Go to even the Hill. Why this is happening is actually because the president is a woman. The VPE, a woman. The VPM, a woman. VPR, a woman. CGD, a woman. A woman. Division director, a woman. TMOD, a woman. Timer, a woman. Grammarian, a woman. GE, a woman. It's icebreakers, women. Arnold is confirming, probably is one. I don't know. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. It came from him anyway. On a serious note, for 2 minutes, I feel that women in this room, you need to take the lead in terms of even from family level. When we go back to our homes, it's believed that women run our homes. Our mothers made who we are today, correct? And so I look at the current generation, to be very honest. I feel like we are in 2025 and not 1980s. So congratulations. And it's not like you're downplaying this, but we are so proud of you. Personally, I feel so proud and very challenged. Like today, look at all the speeches that were being made, they're women. So this is not, oh, excluding. Sorry. Okay, enough of it. But on a serious note, we have prepared some speeches here. I take seriously not even the sweets and the gifts, but words, there's a way words make you feel. And especially when it comes from strangers. So this is written from your brothers inside this room. Take them very seriously. We wish you a happy International Women's Day. Someone to play No Woman, No Cry. Someone to play that song from their phone. On a serious note, even as we dish out this. Thank you so much. No Woman, No Cry. Who's playing? By the way, let's start advocating for boy child. For example, on a serious note, how many single ladies do we have in the room? Yeah, seriously, how many single ladies? Just a question. Randomly, how many single ladies? No, single. Reason. Yeah, yeah, they are again crying because they don't have those kind of men. So if you're a mother, take care of that son. And if you're a father, take care of that girl. But let's create a wonderful world. We are in 2025. You are liberated. Thank you so much. Clap for me. Wow. So I'm going around. Just pick one random one, and yeah, in case someone wrote a number, take care of that as well. Someone to play No Woman No Cry. Yeah.
You're supposed to dance.
Let me start with you.
Thank you.
Let her read a message. She's the only person who's going to read a message.
Okay, I read my message. My
Yes.
Lord. I hope it's sentimental. You can pause. Kiddo.
Background. Just
Oh,
keep it. Yeah,
okay.
keep it.
Oh, this is cute. I wish you all the happiness, respect, and royalty in this world.
at that.
May you achieve all your dreams. Happy International Women's Day. Oh, yeah, thank you. It would have been better if we came in this kind of bouquet, but we're not complaining. Oh, we have to cry, man. We went all out. Anyway, we're not complaining, but we are complaining. This brings us to the end of our meeting. But before I close the meeting, I would want to appreciate all the visiting Toastmasters who are in the room. Can I see by a show of hands the visiting Toastmasters, please? Oh, wow. Fantastic. Kathy Coit is from Eldoret Toastmasters. We have our former AD and our friend who is Derek Mandela from SEMA Toastmasters. They have a meeting tomorrow, right? At Luther Plaza from 6:30. From 6:30 to 8:30. And we have VP of Kwanzaa Toastmasters, Kwanzaa Kenya Toastmasters, Fidel Owiti. Thank you for visiting us. Who's the other visiting Toastmaster? I saw another hand. Where were the other hands? Visiting Toastmasters? Oh, the hands went down. Those were visitors. Oh, you got distracted by the women. It's a good thing. From which club, please? Downtown, your name? Paul? I didn't get that last. Paul from Downtown Toastmasters. When is your next meeting? Next Thursday. Cardinal Otunga. And not 6:30, 6:29 p.m. next Thursday at Cardinal Otunga in town. Kathy, when do you meet?
We meet at the Grand. We have one meeting in person at the Grand Meridian Hotel in Eldoret. That's the second Friday of every month. So we just had our meeting last Friday.
Okay.
And then we have on the fourth Wednesday we have an online meeting.
Okay.
So rather than trying to do the hybrid, we have one in person and one online.
Okay. Thank you. So they have a physical meeting in Eldoret Grand something Hotel. That is on the second Friday. The meeting just ended, and then they're going to have their online meeting on the fourth Wednesday. I thank you. I hope I did not forget any other visiting Toastmasters. And all our guests, could you kindly stand? We are not embarrassing you. All guests. This is not to embarrass you, please. Stand. Oh, fantastic. We have how many guests? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 guests in the meeting. Thank you so much for taking your time to visit the Hill this evening. I really hope that you have learned something. And if you've not learned, ask yourself, where is your money? Where is your money? And as you go home, apply the lessons that you've learned today. Most importantly, make sure that you connect with someone here. You never know, there could be someone in your industry that you could exchange contacts and come up with a product, solve a solution, and make the money, right? Yes. I see some repeat guests, so I'll not give them the opportunity. I'll just give an opportunity to 2 people to say hi, how they found out about this meeting, and then the others will chat, right? And let's appreciate them. Volunteers too, a gentleman and a lady. Come, let's celebrate them. A lady, the three ladies are sitting. You're the only ones who are new on this side. Please come.
Thank you. Good evening. Good evening. Wow, the opulence of wisdom in this. I love it. It's just too much to believe. I mean, it's my first time here and I've learned so much. So many dots I've joined. In terms of like the theory I've been reading about public speaking and practical things I'm seeing in here. It's really beautiful. And wow, the abbreviations. You have so many of them. VPM, VPA, what, CGD. I don't know what. Okay, but some of them I was guessing. But some of them are like CGD. I was just left hanging, honestly. Okay. But next time maybe. So I'm glad to be a visitor today. My name is Njoroge Maina. I'm currently at the University of Nairobi. I'm pursuing Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. I'm in my 4th year, so I'm from Kenyatta National Hospital campus. That's where I spend most of my time. In fact, yesterday I called Lillian to ask her about the meeting, and then she wasn't available at some point, so she called me back. So just to ensure I retaliate, when you called me back, I was handling a DM patient. Anyway, apart from medicine, I'm also a speaker. So I work with high schools across the country as a transformational speaker on academic mentorship, helping them to walk towards their optimum academic potential and maybe even other aspects of life. I also train them on career guidance, a bit of student leadership mentorship, and so on and so forth. And during my free time, I'm a long distance athlete. Thank you. Wow.
Come back.
Was that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you need to become
was I supposed
a member.
to say how I
Yes.
knew about Toastmasters? Oh, sorry. I nearly forgot about it. I've been doing, sorry about the arm. I hate arms. I don't even know why I said that. But anyway, I've been doing public speaking for the past 6 years now. I started when I was in Form 2 in high school. I was in Kiambu High School. And by that time, I used to do a lot of, I would say I'd stammer a bit and I'd really fear when I'd approach crowds. So I learned the art through experience and practicing. And so when I went to university, or rather when I finished high school, I entered into professional speaking. So going around high schools and mentoring high school students, because it's something I'm really passionate about, to the extent that I ignored scholarships abroad just to remain in Kenya and mentor high school students. Wow. And so with time having grown in public speaking and done a lot of research and so on, there's a time I was listening to a speaker somewhere, and because I knew R's and arms are bad, I counted the number of arms and R's they were saying. In a 50-minute talk, they had said about, was it 163? Yeah, something in the range of 160 to 170. I shared it with a friend of mine, and I told them I'm really interested about improving my public speaking skills. And today, I started the journey by judging other people. I will listen and I will judge. So he told me, by the way, talking about public speaking, there's this thing I see on YouTube called Toastmasters. Like, Toast what? Do they talk about bread and stuff like that? So that's how I knew about Toastmasters. So I went online, researched about it, started watching YouTube videos on, former world champion, leaders, or rather world champion winners in the past. Yeah, and that's how I got here to reaching out to Lillian. Yeah, and thanks for hosting me.
We look forward to your maiden speech, public speaker.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. My name is Anne Kamau. I've been invited by my colleague. It's my first time hearing of the Toastmasters Club. So thanks for hosting me. I've learned a lot. I didn't know this new word of opulence. So it's a good thing. I'm actually learning now in terms of, I'm a bit kind of shy in a way, so at least this will give me some confidence in terms of public speaking when I'm given a space. So,
because the Hill Toastmasters is a club of opulence, we normally give this cute name book tags. Unfortunately, they've run out, so we're inviting you, our dear guests, the 9 of you. We request that you come for our next meeting. We will not only give you bookmarks, we'll have something else better for you, right? Yes, you promise to come back? Do you promise to come back and come back as members? Our VPM. VPM is Vice President Membership. She's the one who will be chasing you today to pay your membership and become members. And then once you become members, the Vice President Education at the back there will be in charge of making sure that you enjoy such a meeting. This is her work, to plan this meeting that you've enjoyed today. And then, did you see a poster somewhere? That is the work of the Vice President Public Relations. She's in charge of our publicity. And then somebody said they don't know what CGD means. Club Growth Director. She's the executive up there. Toastmasters starts Toastmasters International, then you're broken down to regions, then you're broken down to districts. We belong to District 114, which comprises of 10 countries in East Africa, that is Rwanda, Tanzania, Uganda, Ethiopia, and so on. So this District 114 is led by 3 amazing humans, and one of them is a member of the Hill Toastmasters Club, and we take so much pride in saying that she's a member of the Hill Toastmasters Club. If you could pin her, Ditia Magi Njoroge, she's the club growth director. Her work is to make sure that the clubs are growing, that people are renewing their membership, because there is no club if you do not have members, okay? But at the top, we have the district director, that is DTM Robert Karanja, and we have the program quality director. This is the person who is in charge of making sure that the pathways experience is good, that you're enjoying your meetings. Those 3 head there, leadership of the district. And then we go down to divisions. We have division director. Then the divisions are broken down to areas. You had me mentioning our area director. And then now you come to the club where we have the leadership, where I am the president, and the VP, VPM, VPPR, SAA, secretary, and treasurer. So these are all the people that lead this club. And there being no other business, I call meeting number 174 of the Hill Toastmasters. John, time to network. Thank you. Time to network and exchange those contacts, guys.
It's a short request. I'm actually staying in a flat just over the road in 3rd Avenue. And if anybody's driving down that way and would like to offer me a ride home, I'd really appreciate it.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah. And in that breath, if you don't have a ride, there's no need of hustling. Just let me know now so that we see the people who are going towards your direction that can give you a ride. Thika Road, we have Okari. Yes. Langata, we have Kendi. Ngong Road, we have Mercy and myself, right? And who else is on Ngong Road? Yeah. Which other way? Arnold, which side are you going? Okay. Where she's going. Oh my God. Kilimani and Kileleshwa area. Christine is here. South B, we have Nick Sitima. Oh yeah, Ngong Road, we have a new member. Oh my God, guys, we have a new member in the house, Kendi Mogendi, Christabel. Let's celebrate her. I almost forgot. She's no longer a guest now. She officially is a member, and we celebrate you. So Ngong Road, there's Kendi, there's myself, and there's Mercy. We have South B. Limuru Road, we have Annie Getao here. Which other road have I not mentioned? Oh, see, you've gotten a ride. Which other road have I not mentioned? Good. Please, guys, don't be stranded. Right, that one. Anyway, guests, anyone who wants to come and say hi? The guests, please, you can come and say hi as we network. Can we have a photo then with all the guests? Guys, guests, please come. Let's take a photo, all of us here. Guys, I have one last announcement. I know I've spoken too much, but something wonderful has happened this evening. Can I have your attention, Okari, Kendi? Kendi, there's Kendi and there's Kendi. Christine, I am speaking. Thank you very much. So something amazing has happened this evening. Our public speaker student has been sponsored to become a member of the Hill Toastmasters Club. Yes, just like that. Yay! So we have a new member. So if you would want to sponsor someone, guys, it could be with 1,000 bob, it could be with 2,000 bob. It doesn't have to be. Yes, you want to sponsor someone? There's another announcement. Yes, if you'd want to sponsor someone with whatever amount that you have, there's no little money. Where's the money? Even in that 500 bob, 1,000 bob, it could go to making someone's journey better. Okay, kindly see me and let me know. So we just have a new member, Christine, just like that. Now guys, come, let's take a photo. Jackson, you can say hi to us as you take a photo. Guys, come. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, we will have speakers. I think Kendi is already working on that. Okay. Yeah, so we have the panel discussion, which will take about 45 minutes. So we can only have either one speaker or two speakers in the next meeting. I think one speaker. Role takers, you can take the counter grammarian and everything. Yeah. So if you'd want to take a counter grammarian timer, please see Nick. He's the next VPE. That's how Tabitha grew into the role that, oh my God, today. Ooh, that's how she is the VP today. Anyway, guys, come, let's take a photo, all of us. Gentlemen, please help me move this forward. Jackson, you can put on your video, and we are judging you because you did not organize the men. Oh, you can end the meeting. I hope you stopped recording. Oh my